Wow. So this is Africa's Oldonyo Pan in southern Kenya on the Tanzanian border, close to Amboseli National Park. And what you're looking at here is some plains zebra, the same zebra we were looking at just a little while ago, a bit there, but goodness me. Now, we've had two different herds of impala on the show. Gosh, two different herds of zebra on the show so far. The first one had about 17 zebra in. There's some oryx sticking in its face. The second one had about 22 zebra in. And see if you can count how many zebra this is. About 18 or 19 zebra. So we're seeing that the herd sizes are pretty even when it comes down to the numbers of zebra per herd. We're seeing roughly between sort of 17 and 23, 24 individuals. And I'm wondering if we won't notice that trend continue as we go forward. Gosh, look at this giant elephant coming out of the distance. This is the biggest one we've seen today. This elephant's for sure just going to move out of the way. There's a hierarchy here, and the freshest water is between the legs of this elephant in the foreground. He's going to have a last sip, and then he's going to make space with this bull. Yep. Full respect given to size and stature. Massive elephant. This one in the foreground, I think, is just going to make space. Well, maybe not. As I've said, Mother Nature's got quite a cynical way of dealing with me and my predictions. And this time is no different. Gosh. There you go. This is just a couple of kilometers away. So usually while we make a couple of 1,000-kilometer jumps, we're not doing so in this case. This is Jamala, and it's a camp close to, or it's a water point close to where we were at Tau Lodge, relatively speaking. And we're in Madekwe still. Madekwe is a large privately owned, or large game reserve. Sorry, not privately owned game reserve. It's a large game reserve. Um, it's not privately owned. Managed by Northwest Parks and right on the Botswana border. And what we have here is a decently sized herd of zebra that have come down to drink at the water's edge. You can see that quite a few of them actually. Interestingly, see how many you can count. I counted 17 at Africam's Aldonio about 20, 30 minutes ago. And right now, let me see how many I can count. I count 22, 23 zebra, whereas we counted 16 or 17 zebra at Aldonio. Ah, look at this. So this is the Jamala Dam, and what an absolute different group of animals. We've just gone from aquatic hippo to the largest land mammals that we have in Africa, which are the African elephant, which we're seeing in the foreground. We've got some impala, a herd of impala, and then we've got kudu. Those are the antelope behind the impala on the left hand side, and we've got a zebra which is scratching itself all the way on the right hand side. There you go. You can see the zebra coming out there. Gosh, what a great view. Ah, here we go. So this is Africam Tau Lodge. This is in Madikwe, and what we're looking at there is a baboon, a chakma baboon, and we're just sort of on the other side of the pan at a relatively high magnification here. And you can see that that baboon is most likely part of a troop of baboons that will be in this area. And if we carry on panning left like we are, we should see whether or not it's going to pick out any other baboons. That's a young baboon. Now, these are different to the baboons that we would have seen in the past at Old Donyo. There they have the olive baboon, but here we get the chakma baboon, which is a baboon species that lives south, in the south of Africa. Very common around these areas, and they hang around in fairly large troops and are omnivorous. They will eat a variety of things: insects, seeds, small birds. They will even at times hunt, particularly when young impala are birthed around November. That baboon there in the background has found something that he's digging up and eating there, probably termites, because you can see it's busy picking, digging and picking, digging and picking. If it was a scorpion or a beetle, it would have just done it once, but you can see it busy scribbling around there. It's a bull elephant that's coming down to the water here at Africam's Tau camera. This is in Madikwe Game Reserve and on the border between South Africa and Botswana. Also on the border between the Kalahari and the Savannah biomes. And so dry and dusty and super hot this time of the year. Well, it'll be getting hotter. It's been super cold actually up until this point. There you go. I think these hippo are just having fun. To give you an idea how wide a hippo can open up his mouth. Crazy, eh? And they wrestle with each other, mouth, putting their mouths against one another, testing the strength. That's how the young males in particular prepare themselves for when they're older and where they'll need to fight for their own females and their own bloodline. And it gives us a really great view of a non-serious fight. This is just boys wrestling. Some big bulls will clash like this. They got another one coming in for a game. Big bulls will clash like this, and you can the noise is unbelievable. You can hear it from kilometers away through the bush.